There comes a point in the SAT where you have turned the glider more and more into the SAT, and it reaches a point where it's on the edge of the spin. We call that SATback. Two reasons why is because as you turn the glider and it's on its side, brake on the high side, it starts to hinge back, and that's kind of like part of it. And as it's doing that, you have normally you have a trajectory in a spiral, depending on where your wing is. As you start to turn in a normal spiral, you're going like this way, rotation and down. As you turn straight down, you're turning like sideways and down. As you turn more into the SAT, you start to incorporate backwards and down. As you turn all the way on its side, right on the edge, you go almost totally backwards. So now body is going perfectly backwards, almost. When you reach that point, that's what we call SATback. It's an interesting place to keep your glider. It's a little bit like riding a wheelie on a motorcycle. It's a balance point. That makes it cool. So if you're looking at the glider, you can start to see it manifest in the glider, and you can start to feel it in the brake.
That's just about SATback right there. You're just riding it. And we'll let it out.
When you get to that point, two things you can do. You can ride it, you can pull more and the wing will sweep through and throw you into a negative spin, or you can just let off and it'll throw you out into a normal spiral. And that's about that. So in order to get the SATback, as soon as you come into the SAT, you want to weight shift extra hard and pull extra hard brake, because in the first rotation and a half of the SAT, you can pull further into it and gain ground on it. Relatively easy. After a turn and a half, it gets more stable and it gets very difficult. So sometimes you're pulling into it, you can let off the riser and grab with both hands, which is kind of cheating, but sometimes that makes the outside tip blow off. You can also reach it by doing an asymmetric entry SAT or a dynamic entry SAT, where you do an asymmetric spiral and let off. Right as you swing towards the bottom, you take a SAT posture and just throw the glider into the SAT, and that'll give you a tumble. And during the time when it's lighter in the tumble, you can turn it more, and then you can reach SATback that way as well. But SATback, it's cool. Give it a try. You might like it. Probably scare you though. It definitely feels neat.